It's not at a boil yet, but it's getting there. It's almost at a rolling boil. Almost. And then we'll start the time. So, Jamie says 45 minutes, right? 45 minutes. So, at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. Hey, Wee Tree Bonsai's here. If Wee Tree's here, everyone's here. Okay. What you gotta do is you gotta try to make sure these jars, once the rolling boil starts really going, these jars will start to move. And so you gotta kind of keep them condensed to the center. Like that. Jamie's doing the fun work of cleaning the pots and pans.
Well, I got burned on.
Yeah, I think I let it go a couple of times. And so you may need to let it sit. I can clean it. You just let it sit there. Put some water in it and I can work on it the rest of the way. Hello everybody. So today we're out and we are making some more salsa. Another 36 jars. Fire roasted. Fire roasted. So I got a lot of comments from people who said that wasn't fire roasted. The heck it's not. When you put it on a fire, it definitely tastes fire roasted. Definitely tastes fire roasted. I made the mistake of filming part of that video without the lids on down here, or with the lids on, and so everyone thought that I was just basically cooking it the whole time with the lids on. And so how would the fire smoke and flavor and all that get into the salsa? But in reality, I was just filming that part with the lids on. I should have taken them off when I filmed that part of it, but they stayed off for the majority of the cooking. Yeah, now we're at a full rolling boil. See that? That is boiling. So we'll start the time. I'm thinking at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock it'll be done. Sugar Creek Homestead of Tennessee. Howdy, y'all. Arminda Comus. Looks similar to how we used to can tomatoes. Yeah, this is from an Amish maple syrup evaporator. That's what that's from. But you can can water bath canning inside of it. Pressure canning can't do it. Obviously, you need a pressure canner. But with this, you can do anything you would do water bath, you can do in here. Yeah, hit those thumbs up buttons. Thumbs up. I'll take this video down and then I'll put it over at patreon.com for the patrons. So if you're catching this live, you're catching it live. But it's pretty good. I've got some extra firewood down there. That should probably do me the rest of the time. And let's see here. Let me go flip the camera around. Ugh. Open that up. Yeah, that's going pretty good. It could be going stronger, actually. Could put some more wood on there. That's good for right now. That's pretty good. And the vent in the bottom is open. Actually, I could probably clear some of that out. Let the airflow move a little bit better. Yeah, it's going good. We are cooking, not with kerosene, but with wood. don't know if you guys can see all that. Susie Malone says, hey, great to see you both. Watching with my mom from a hospital room. Hi, Susie Malone's mom. She's been hurt for a month. I don't know. She didn't tell me what was going on. She can maybe post. Susie, you can post. Tell everybody what's happening. We used to can tomatoes outside. It was too hot to do inside. Yeah, that's for sure. Like today, I think it was like 93. The kids definitely wanted to go to the creek, but we didn't go because I was busy doing this. Greetings from Mustang, Oklahoma, says Nikki Jones. Hello from Dallas, Texas. Hello from northern New York. Oh my gosh. I feel sorry for you. Maybe. I mean, how is it up in northern New York? The taxes high? I would assume they are. So here's my tea I've been drinking all day. This is my tea from, hold on, I put the camera down. My tea from Steep the Senses Tea. SteepTheSenses.com. I think it's Iron Cottage or something right now is what it's called. But stuff is good. No sugar at all, just tea. It's very flavorful. And it's cold. All right, I'm gonna set this back down here. So that's what we're doing today. Another 36 jars of salsa on its way of being done. Let me get my little handy dandy. And again, you got to keep watching this because it vibrates with all the boiling and it'll move the jars. And so I try to keep the jars centered, clumped up together like that. Just kind of close the gaps because they'll get gaps in it. You want to keep them as close together as possible to the center. But that's at a full rolling boil. That ash is great for chickens' dust baths. Yeah, you could use it for that. They like dust baths. How many jars will that hold? I don't know. I don't think we've ever filled it up to the max. Susie says, she said hi, we went on vacation and she fell, had to have skin grafts and rehab. Back in hospital the same day as discharge. Needs more rehab. Well, we will pray for Susie Malone's mom. Tell us again what that cooker is called. So this is an evaporator. So we actually cook it on the grill here. I basically used a shovel to take most of the coals and put it into this firebox after I was finished. So they basically roast in these pans, uncovered, on this grill for about an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours, depending on how much liquid you want to boil off of it. And then it gets transferred into jars. Jamie puts them in the jars, and then they go into the evaporator. This evaporator is called the Cottage Craftswork Maple Syrup Evaporator. That's made by the Amish. That's what they tell me it's made by the Amish, but I'm wondering how the Amish can do welding, because I think that's pretty much an arc welder that's made this, and it's stainless steel arc welder too. So I'm not sure. I think the Amish have all kinds of rules around the rules so that they can do all those things. So yeah, but it's made by the Amish supposedly. Cottage Craftworks sells a number of different sizes of this, and we've used it quite a bit. We've used it for maple syrup. We've used it for water bath canning, a number of different things. Oh, and we've used it for sorghum, making our sorghum. Shalom, Kevin. Hey, Laura. Zach, why should the jars stay close together? Well, you want them to stay close together because when you have, this is where the most heat is in the center. And so when they start going down this way, it's still hot. I mean, it's still boiling for sure, but it's just not as hot. And so what I try to do is when I do the water bath canning, I try to keep everything in the center two aisles and as close to the center as possible. So I don't want them wandering off. And with all of the boiling, it vibrates the jars and they can move left, or on this side they can move right. So what I try to do is just kind of keep these pressed into the center. Like that. So, see? Hope that makes sense. How's Jamie feeling? She's doing good. She's out working. I had her out mowing the grass today, and she was wiping the windows down, washing windows the other day. I had her roping cattle the day before that.
I take breaks and sit down.
Yeah, she takes breaks. But she's doing pretty good.
I'm doing okay. I just can't do everything I used to do. I have to take a lot of breaks.
Yeah, lots of breaks. We've been doing pretty good. As you can see, we have lots of tomatoes that we have pulled from the garden today. This is probably going to be our last major haul of tomatoes for the summer. And I'm about ready for summer to be over. Jamie feels like summer actually never got here.
Yeah.
She thinks she got ripped off this year. Why not use some clamps to hold the jars where you want them? I guess you could. I mean, I don't know how you would clamp this jar to this jar to this jar. I guess, I don't know. And it would have to be able to withstand boiling hot water. It's okay. Oh, did I say quarts? Pints. Yeah, they're pints. Oh, Nikki wanted to know if those were quart-sized jars or pints. Yeah, these are pints. So 36 pints. 36 pints. And even on the edges, it's boiling pretty good. When it gets to its hottest point, I mean, the whole thing boils, but it boils always more towards the center. So I try to keep pushing the jars back and forth so that they stay towards the center. So we got about another 30 minutes or so. I'll show you what it looks like inside again if you're just joining us. So that's what it looks like inside. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get me another piece of wood here. Try to stir this up a little. Add some more wood. Yeah, there you go. That should do it pretty good. For a little bit, just let me try to lift that up on it. There we go. So yeah, it's seen when we first got this thing, it was totally black, painted black, and we've used it so much that all the paint has burned off of it basically. You can kind of see the fire down in the cracks there because the pan just kind of barely covers it. And it's got valves on either side so you can extract. So normally what we're doing when we're doing maple syrup or sorghum in this is that you put your sorghum in this heating box right here, okay? And that heating box is going to heat up, and it's going to slowly drip in the new syrup, or maple water or sorghum water, and it's going to boil it down to syrup. So there's channels through here. So there's an opening here, so it'll flow this way, and then flow that way, flow this way. No, I'm sorry, wait a minute. It flows that way, flows this way, flows this way, and then flows this way, and then out. So you can put a valve on this side to collect. And that's normally what we do. And then as it gets down to the very last bit, just the last bit, then we'll basically kill the fire, take this off with fire retardant gloves, and then set it over here, and then continue to fill the jars with the remaining syrup that's inside of the evaporator. That's how it works. Hope everyone's having a good summer. Hope you're getting a lot done. I feel pretty good about our winter harvest, considering everything that's going on. You know, our winter provisions that we've harvested this summer with everything that's gone on. So everyone hit that thumbs up button if you're here and you're enjoying seeing this amazing evaporator in action. Hit that thumbs up button. You have any thoughts?
I don't know.
We got a lot done this year, you know, considering all things.
Yeah.
But my corn didn't do near what I wanted it to do this year. I wanted to try to grow some corn. And so someone sent me some seeds for cornmeal. Okay, she's gonna head inside. Wave goodbye. Okay, there's the cow out there. Truffles. Anyway, there's a number of things I didn't get near as many. I didn't get near as much done as I wanted to, but I did get a lot done. So, some more tea. Steepthesenses.com. Oh, it's good stuff. I forgot what this one. Apple cranberry tea? I'm not sure. It's really good. No sugar added. So you can see, so that's Tim's water tank. He basically pumps water up to the top of that tank. And then he has water pressure throughout the house. We have a valve down here, right there by our house. And it just flows from here, this tank here, to both houses. But ours, we don't have a pump. It just flows automatically because there's enough water pressure for us. Actually, there'd be enough water pressure for him because his house sits lower than mine. And that's way uphill. I think the top of that tank is above his sink for sure. Way above. In fact, I think the bottom of that tank is probably above his sink. Yeah, there's our big water bath. Missed question. Let's see. I'm headed back to the garden after this stream. Yeah, that's right. True, Alpha. Get busy. Do you have a Squarespace referral link? I'm getting ready to make a website for a friend. I don't use Squarespace, so no, I don't think so. Looking through the comments. Do you have a Squarespace referral link? Yeah, I don't use Squarespace. I use WordPress for when I design sites for my clients. That's what I do for a living. Ooh, that just popped up and got me. I build websites. So about another 30 minutes. Where we get the water from this is our water tank over here. So you can see the hose is hooked up to it. The top of this tank, which is totally full, or was until I filled this up, excuse me, is way higher than that right there. So what I do is I just basically put the hose in there when I want to fill it up and then turn on this tank and it fills it up. You know, the top portion of this tank just empties into there. And then I have this ready to go. In fact, what I need to do, just to make sure I don't forget, because if this thing is going to continue to boil and boil and boil, and your water level is going to continue to go down because all of that water is evaporating off. So what you need to do is turn this on. Oh, oops, I forgot about that. It's got that cap on it. I got to take that cap off. We put these caps on there because we have issues with wasps and insects building nests inside of our spouts. I'm just going to drop it in there. I'll get it later. It won't hurt it. And then I'm going to open the valve. Too much. So as water is evaporating off, new water is coming in to replace the water that has evaporated. I hope that makes sense. And it's coming out of this tray here, which is now pretty hot because it sits right next to the big stack. So it heats up really well. And so you have pretty hot water coming in to replace whatever is being boiled off. So let me get my tool over here. I see some of our cans are starting to move away, get a little unruly. Again, I try to keep everything in the center. Everything stays in the center. Yep. About another 30 minutes and that will be done. It'll be all done. So yeah, there's our water tank. That's what feeds this, and basically half of the roof, when rain comes, goes into that tank, and then the other half of this roof comes down and goes into that tank. Also, whatever falls on that roof for our woodshed goes into that tank. I guess I can take a minute to go over here and show you the woodshed. So here's our woodshed. It's full up for the winter, so we're ready to go this winter. There is, let's see, 1, 2, 3 rows of stacked wood, mostly oak and hickory. White oak, red oak, and hickory in here. And this is our sawdust that we use for the humanure. And so whenever we need to get more sawdust, we come out here to get it. And right now we've been just getting stuff at Tractor Supply because it's actually kind of less hassle than going to get it. Even though you get it basically for free, they charge you $10 to load your truck for you. But so we've been using this at least lately because it's just one less thing we have to go and do. But there's plenty of sawmills out here. If you want firewood, go to a sawmill. If you want wood chips, go to a sawmill. If you want sawdust, go to a sawmill. There's sawmills everywhere around here. All right, doing pretty good. Are you familiar with chemtrails, geoengineering? I don't trust drinking the rainwater. I am familiar with chemtrails and geoengineering. However, what I will tell you is that the world has way too many conspiracy theories. So we get rainwater, we filter it with our Berkey, and we drink it. So, and we love our. My kids won't even drink. They don't even like drinking water from, a bottle. One of those, bottled water. They don't even like drinking that. But they definitely don't like drinking tap water from the city. So if you're not drinking that, what else are you drinking? I mean, unless you're surviving on soda, which is definitely going to kill you way faster than rainwater is. Let's see. Thank you, Bowman82. Appreciate that. I'm asking you about the huge round water tank across your yard. Laura B says. Let me see what she said else. Does she have anything else she said? Oh yeah, how do I fill? I guess I answered that question. How do I fill that? Is basically the water. Jamie just messaged me. She just walked inside. Anyway, the water that comes off of that woodshed comes into that tank right there. Yeah, we're getting there. It's starting to slow down a little, so what I'm going to do is throw in a few more pieces of wood before it gets too low. I don't want it to stop. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we're doing good. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate you tuning in, but I'm going to go ahead and cut some more wood. Actually, I have a few pieces over there. I'll get these ready for throwing on next. I thought I had enough cut maybe to last for the rest of the time. But it's starting to slow down a little. Not too bad. I'll throw those on in a minute. We're doing pretty good here. It's boiling. Oh yeah, it's boiling. I go over here and get my tool. And you're always trying to press that towards the center. Keep any spaces from happening. Okay. Thanks, Sugar Creek. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, city water. I can't stand city water. My kids can't stand it either. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Sheila. Appreciate it. It's hard, but it's rewarding. That's all I can tell you. It's hard, but rewarding. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Put that in there. Okay. All right, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you guys go. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to take this video down. I'm going to put it over at patreon.com for the patrons. If you tuned in, you caught the video, great on you. But consider, if you're not already, joining us over at patreon.com/An American Homestead and becoming one of our patrons. You get access to behind the scenes videos when you miss them, if you didn't catch them live. Just other stuff we record, pictures and things like that. So also giveaways happen on a pretty regular basis, although we haven't done it in a while, but we'll do some more here soon. So check us out over at patreon.com/An American Homestead. I really appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't done that. All right, guys. See you next time in the homestead. Bye. Love you. Thanks for tuning in.